Why Warframe
Hey!
versus Destiny
Hi,
2
how
isn't
you
even
doing?
close.
This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Now, I don't mean to kick a dead horse when it's already down and practically dust at this point, but with Warframe's next big content release right around the corner, and with the release of Marathon right around the corner, and with the release of Destiny 2's next content drop, being a ways away, let's say, I figured now is an opportune
Okay.
time as any to say my piece on this old, standing, decade-long gaming rivalry, Warframe versus Destiny and Destiny 2. Honestly, I just wanted the excuse to talk about and praise Warframe some more. So, let's get to it, shall we? Now, the
Let's
current
see if
state
he's
of Destiny
biased.
2 as I'm recording this video right now leaves a lot to be desired. And community sentiment surrounding the game is pretty negative to say the least. However, I want to make my perspective, my position, my biases clear and known to all. Despite Destiny 2 being a deeply
Okay.
flawed and problematic game, I still like it. I've put
Yeah,
over
I
2,000
like.
hours into the game.
Oh,
I've
I
been
ain't
playing it
put.
since 2017.
I think I've been playing about since 2017, but on Steam, not even 10 hours,
When
bro.
Destiny 2 originally launched on PC. And Destiny 2 is of course the video game where I met my Destiny raid team, my Destiny Fire team, which eventually became my group of friends that I now play D&D with every week. So Destiny 2, despite all its shortcomings, warts and all, is still an important video game to me. This game has been a part of my life and something I've consistently played for almost a decade. I
Okay.
may have been playing Warframe longer. I may have put way more hours into Warframe. And I do in fact love Warframe more than I love Destiny 2, but that doesn't negate all of the positive and genuinely happy, joy-filled experiences I've
All
had
right. So
playing
maybe no
Destiny
bias.
2,
Maybe no bias.
especially with friends. But of course, Destiny 2 has problems. It wouldn't be in the
So
state
does
it
Warframe.
currently is in, as of recording this video, if it didn't have problems. Right now, Warframe is mogging Destiny 2? Mogging? Is that the correct slang? This weird fucking word. What the fuck does this even mean? Mogging. Where did this come from? Oh god, I shouldn't have googled this. What the fuck is look maxing? What is this? Better than Destiny 2 right now, and there's a great many reasons for that. Reasons I want to list out and discuss with you all. First
Okay.
up, the new player experience. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's
Comparing the
true.
new player experience to Warframe to
If we just talk about the tutorials, Warframe blows Destiny 2 out of the waters, bro. Destiny 2's tutorial, it feels a bit boring, but Warframe's tutorial with Vor, is that his name? Captain Vor, Captain Bax. That you start this story and it's just so
experience
good.
in Destiny 2 is a total night and day difference. In Warframe, you have free main story quests that you go through in order: Awakening, Vor's Prize, and the
Yeah, but if you have Game Pass, I mean, you could just get all the Destiny 2 DLCs, right? I think.
Teacher. These free quests introduce you to basic gameplay mechanics, features, introduce you to the world, the story, the lore, important characters, enemy factions. Through these quests, new players obtain basic understanding of both gameplay and what's going on narratively. And as new players continue to make progress throughout the game, they unlock more and more
Some of the
story
parts in the
quests
story,
a
though,
specific
but
order,
this is like
one that
any
is
game.
very
It's
clearly laid
very
out. You can't
boring.
skip through any portions of the story content to go straight to endgame. You have to play through Warframe's story in order like a traditional ass video game. And then we have Destiny 2.
Kind of.
Holy shit, man. Content vaulting was one of, if not the worst thing to ever happen to this game. So Destiny 2 players, when they create a new character, have to go through the New Light quest. Except actually, new players don't have to go through the New Light quest. They can just skip the tutorial, skip the introduction to all the gameplay mechanics, systems,
And that's
and
supposed
the
to be a bad
world
thing?
of Destiny, and just start playing any and all content that's available through free-to-play means
I don't
or
think that's a
whatever
bad
content
thing.
is made available through buying all the expansions. A new player, for whatever reason, has the option to just play all of Destiny's main story content completely out of order. No clear through line is made or introduced
Okay,
or
I could
hinted at
see like
as to
if there's
where a
no,
new player should
clear
begin after
objective,
the new light
base everything,
quest,
but
or if they choose to skip the new light quest.
it's also
And
like
because of
maybe I
Destiny's
just want to
content
play.
vaulting, the entire first year of content and storytelling from Destiny 2 is just not in the game and can only be read about in the timeline. Imagine how
Yeah, that's so
jarring
dumb.
that is for a new player. But let's say a new player who just started playing Destiny 2 for the first time, they're knowledgeable enough to know that after the new light quest, they go straight into the Shadowkeep expansion. The Shadowkeep
Yeah, I
campaign
wouldn't
makes
know.
constant reference to the first year of Destiny 2 content that is not available in the game. How is a new player supposed to get invested in this world, in these characters,
I remember, boys, I
when they
got
are
Destiny
missing
1
vast
on my Xbox
amounts of
360,
context? It gets even
and then I
worse
had to
if a new player,
and then
God
I
forbid,
realized that
decides
you
to
needed
buy all
Xbox
the
Live to
Destiny
play
2
it, and I
expansions and
never played it
play
before.
them in the
I,
correct
I, I
order.
never played
Because
Destiny
Destiny
because of
2
that. Same with
removes and
Overwatch
vaults
1.
all of its
Same
seasonal storyline
situation, bro.
content. There's
Except it
multiple
wasn't for the
characters and story
360.
beats that just appear out of fucking nowhere with no
Because when I first got
context.
my
There's no
Xbox One,
proper introductions
upgraded
for
from
Cade,
360,
Osiris,
I got Overwatch
Saint,
2, or
Empress
Overwatch,
Keitel, Crow.
Destiny, and
These
a
characters just
Batman game.
fucking
I only played
appear.
the
They just
Batman one,
fucking materialize
so I
out of
didn't want to
nowhere with
buy
no
Xbox
explanation.
Live.
How is a
I
new
also never
player
even
supposed to
played
get invested
Overwatch.
in Destiny 2's story when literally huge chunks of it are missing? In comparison, in Warframe, you have to play through all of the main story quests in order. Nothing can be skipped. You can't spoil yourself
It
on
is
any
true.
story beats. In order to get
And the
access to
story at
various
times,
game modes, locations, weapons, and
the
warframes,
story at
you
time in
have to
Warframes is
play
pretty
through
good.
the storyline. You have to make progress in the narrative like a normal, traditional-ass video game. New players are properly introduced to new characters, context for who they are and what's happening in the world. Features and mechanics are introduced over time. You aren't bombarded with all of
That's
these
good.
systems to interact with and all this content to experience
I think
all
everyone
at
can agree.
once. Because of this, I have no problem getting new people into Warframe, introducing people to Warframe, getting people to try
But
and play
okay,
Warframe.
I mean, like, after like 30 minutes of them playing, though, they get bored. They don't really understand like what's good about the game. They don't know what's actually in the
New
game.
player
It's like
experience is
it takes
simple,
a minute to get
straightforward.
into.
New players are given time to acclimate to the basics.
Like,
with Destiny
unless you're
2,
already
holy
interested in
fuck,
it,
man, I
then
don't even bother.
and like that
It's
kind
a
of
fruitless endeavor trying to introduce people to and invest them
guess
in
setup
Destiny 2. Because
or
as soon as a new player finishes the
theme,
new
you know.
light campaign, you have to try and explain to them, yeah, so, a whole year's worth of story and gameplay content was removed from the game, and you can only read about it here in this obscure little tab in the corner. Right there, it says timeline. That shows you the order in which you have to play the expansions, but ignore that, like, first half. Like, those expansions aren't in the game anymore. Oh, there's one story mission you can play from the Forsaken campaign. That
So
was
was it?
removed from the game, but they have this one single story mission. It's not even the whole story mission.
So
But
is it Destiny
kind of,
2
sort of
missions that
still
get
in the game.
removed, or
You can play,
Destiny
doesn't
1?
give you all the story context.
I assume
But
Destiny 2,
hey, it's
like
something.
missions
Okay,
are the
after
same.
that we go straight into Shadowkeep. There was a bunch of big
Exactly.
story stuff from all this seasonal content that was also removed from the game, explaining the arrival
Should
of
we
these
try
pyramid
Destiny 2
ships and
again? I
yada
don't know,
yada
boys.
yada.
It's
Immediately, just like that, new players are tuned the fuck out. It's needlessly
I'm
complicated,
tuned the fuck out.
contrived, and arbitrary. And then
Like,
once new players reach the portal,
and I didn't even really get.
dear God. New players are just introduced to all of these portal activities with no idea what they should play or why they should play it. And because Destiny 2 doesn't restrict anything,
I feel like a
or
lot of
put any
games do that.
progress
You'll see
gates
something in the
place,
game
and
that
anyone can just play anything at any time. If
a
new
lot of the
player
old
decides to
players
do
like
portal
love. It's all it's a
activities before they
new
play through
shit
all
and
the
everything,
campaigns, well,
and I just
spoilers
have no
abound.
clue
Let me
why
provide
you
an
even
example.
play it.
For all my Warframe players out there, can
Like if
you
you're just
imagine
getting into a
if
game.
you just started playing Warframe, you got through the Awakening, and Warframe gave you the option to just start playing missions in the Entrati Labs right away? A new player could just be introduced to the Murmur enemy faction in a nonchalant, unspectacular
Yeah,
way
that'd be pretty
instead of
lame.
their dramatic introduction in the Whispers in the Walls quest. That kind of scenario happens to a new player starting Destiny 2 for the first time. After they get through the new light tutorial, they can just hop into a portal activity and start fighting the Dread enemy faction that's introduced in the Final Shape expansion. No flair, no dramatic reveal, you're just fighting them in a random PvE activity. I really cannot understand how Destiny 2's new
Yeah,
player
that was
experience
pretty
has
dumb.
not been overhauled. Like, how does Bungie expect to attract, earn, and retain new players into Destiny 2 when the new player experience is so actively hostile to new players?
They don't
They're
play the
missing
game.
mountains of context, bombarded with systems, and given no clear path on how they should experience the
To
game.
be fair,
What's
he's
the
like the first
correct
person that brought up the
canon
point
way
about the
to
new player
experience the
experience
content
for
in
the game
Destiny 2.
that
In
I can
Warframe,
think of.
you just complete the main story quests in order and make your way through the star chart. It's that simple. Your goals and objectives are made clear. Oh, okay, so if I want to unlock this next main story quest and
Yeah,
continue
it's a
the
valid
story,
point.
I have to play through all the missions on this planet and do all these goals to unlock the next planet. Just normal, traditional video game content progression. Look, there are some benefits. There is some appeal to the Destiny 2 new player experience in the sense that you have all these options. As soon as you finish the New Light campaign, you have all these
Yeah, like I
story
was saying earlier.
campaigns you can play. You have all these solo ops missions you can play, these fire team ops missions you can play. You have PvP, you have dungeons, you have raids. And you can just start playing through all that content either by yourself or with friends. If you don't care about story and narrative in video games for some weird reason, like, that's nice. It is nice to be able to just play all this content immediately right off the bat, right out of the tutorial.
I mean, it's kind of like WoW.
But unless a new player really likes the gameplay of Destiny 2 or has a dedicated friend group that plays Destiny 2, most new players playing Destiny 2 for the first time are going to be lost, aimless, and uninvested. Destiny 2 undeniably has a fair amount of genuine quality content in the game. I will die on the hill, I will argue to hell and back again that the Witch Queen expansion and the Final Shape expansion is content so good, of such a high quality, that it is worth
Maybe I should have known a
experiencing.
thing or
Just
two
the
about
campaigns
Destiny before we
alone are
watched this
genuinely
video, but
fantastic, narratively driven, first-person shooter experiences. Content that's on par with some of the most beloved and acclaimed first-person shooter
okay, I was
campaigns.
gonna say this point felt very long. It's already 11 minutes in. We're
Yes, I
still
truly believe the
pretty
Witch
much on
Queen
the
and
new
the Final
player.
Shape campaigns are just that good. However, admittedly, I'm biased because I experienced all of the seasonal story content in order leading up to those campaigns. I possess narrative context that the average new player of Destiny 2 cannot and will not have because that content was removed from the fucking game. So in the end, it doesn't really matter that the Witch Queen and the Final Shape are such good expansions when a new player doesn't have the context available that's necessary for truly appreciating them. A new player's gonna be like, who the fuck is Savafoon? Why should I care? And that's such a damn
Yeah,
shame.
it is kind of
Anyways, that's enough
true.
about the new
Like,
player
especially when I'm
experience.
playing
Let's
WoW.
move on to something else.
This is my
How
biggest experience.
about
It's like,
community and quality of life features? Destiny 2 claims to be an MMO,
I just don't care
yet
for the
it
story
lacks
characters in WoW
many of the community features
until
you
I
would
like
expect
do
to
research
see
on them and shit.
in an MMO. Sure, Destiny 2 has clans, but there's pretty much fuck all you can do with them. Meanwhile, in Warframe,
I hate when
we
games
have
do that.
clan dojo.
Remember, I don't know. I think they took them off now, but Brawlhalla clans, like, there was literally no point. No point. It just added extra text. Like, that was it.
Completely
Kind of same thing
customizable
with Call of Duty,
housing
but at
and
least with
play
Call of Duty, you
spaces
had the
for
community.
clans. You can meet and hang out with other clan members. You can do a little fun PvP sparring. You can set up parkour obstacle courses for each other. There are multiple weapons and warframes that are exclusive to clan dojos. You are incentivized to meet, communicate with, play with, work together with other players. You have meaningful incentives and rewards. Hell, you can even form clan alliances with multiple clans to share resources with. Oh, speaking of sharing resources, Warframe has trading and gifting, while Destiny 2 does not.
What?
So
Destiny 2 doesn't... What? Destiny 2 doesn't have trading? That's
silver in Destiny 2 and
crazy.
nothing to spend it on. You'd love to
What?
gift your friends like a transmog armor set, a weapon ornament, or even a shader, but unfortunately, you just can't.
Shader.
Meanwhile, in Warframe, you can literally gift anything and everything to your friends. If you have the platinum and you want to give your friend a specific Warframe or weapon or valuable
I
resource,
forgot that it
go
costs
on
platinum
ahead, go
for a trade.
wild. But hey, also, if you have some spare prime parts lying around or some mods or some arcanes, you can also trade those items to your friends in the clan dojo. Earn
I
something
feel
you
like you're
know your
also
friend has
missing
been
the
looking
aspect of like people make platinum off of it.
for, you can trade it with them.
I
Once
did
again,
that for a bit.
Warframe encourages, rewards,
That's
and
how I got a lot of my
incentivizes
platinum.
actually interacting with
And now
other
I'm
players.
like, why? It's all literally, bro. Why? Why does it do this, bro? It's just Microsoft Edge that be doing this shit. So explain. I'd say explain, but my browser doesn't want to work, bro. Fuck all. It's so stupid. Bro, are we really gonna have to? Alright. We got pull back up, bro. It's dumb. Good thing I'm premium.
Actually communicating, actually participating in a community. Now, to be fair to Destiny 2, dungeons and raids and competitive PvP, these game modes and playlists with no matchmaking
Whatever happened to
have
Destiny Mobile?
absolutely worked at
Do
building
people actually still
communities
play
and
it?
subcommunities within Destiny 2. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I met my group of friends whom I now play Dungeons and Dragons with every week through Destiny 2 LFG rating. I met a beautiful, wonderful, amazing group, a community of people through Destiny 2 rating. Thousands upon thousands of Destiny 2 players have made their own communities and friend groups
Dude,
in
that
Destiny
gun he
2
has, that
through
LMG, that
dungeons
looks
and raids
sick.
and competitive PvP because it forced people to go out and actually seek others out in order to access this content. However, when the only means of forming in-game communities and interacting with in-game communities is just game modes with no matchmaking and
No match?
nothing else,
No
that can
matchmaking?
only keep
What?
people
That
invested
can't be
for
true.
so long. Meanwhile, in Warframe, we have
He must be
trading,
talking
we
about
have
like
clan
long
dojos, we
queues
have
or
relays,
something.
which basically act as community player hubs, and there are frequent in-game events where these community hubs, these relays, are threatened by being destroyed by enemy factions. And so players throughout the Warframe community as a whole come together in these in-game events to help protect the relays. Warframe just has so many in-game systems for interacting with, meeting, and communicating with
yeah.
other players. Meanwhile, Destiny has Fireteam Finder. I mean, credit where credit is due. It's all right,
So,
I
okay,
guess.
so like a
But
LFG.
mostly, people meet other Destiny 2 players through LFG sites and Discord. Meanwhile,
so
in
this is third
Warframe,
party.
you never have to leave the game
That's
to
true.
meet new people, interact with new people, play with new people. In Warframe, you are always seeing other players. And so it makes the game feel like a living, breathing, always moving world. Meanwhile, in Destiny 2, we have the tower and patrol zones. However, with the implementation of the portal, patrol zones are not as lively as they used to be. There certainly was a time when Destiny 2 felt like a living, breathing world filled with all these real human players. A time when the tower was always bustling, a time when patrol zones were filled with players doing public events. But with how Destiny 2 currently
Yo, he's
handles
talking a
its
lot about the
endgame and
Destiny stuff, but
progression
I just have
systems,
like no clue because I
my, how
just
the
don't play it.
times have changed. Oh, speaking of endgame and progression systems, so in Warframe, we have Mastery Rank, we have Riven mods, we have Archon shards, and we
Yeah,
of course
there's a
have
lot.
trading. In Destiny 2, we used to have dungeons, raids, and competitive PvP, more specifically Trials of Osiris. But since the implementation of the portal and tiered loot, I'm not really sure what the end game is supposed to be anymore. Before, Destiny 2's endgame was playing dungeons, raids, and Trials of Osiris to earn the exclusive loot that you couldn't get anywhere else but these game modes and activities. This loot, these weapons and armor sets were exclusive to dungeons, raids, and Trials of Osiris, which made these items coveted. Dungeons, raids, and trials had the coolest looking weapons, the coolest looking armor. Overcoming these activities, obtaining these achievements and items were a badge of honor in the game. A showcasing of, oh yeah, you're a hardcore player and you're decent at the game. You'd have to be to have those things. Now, this original Destiny 2 endgame wasn't perfect, mind you. There would come a point where you would have all of the achievements, the accolades, the titles, all of the weapons and armor from the dungeons and the raids, and there wasn't much more to chase after that. But it would still take a significant
Really?
amount of time, nonetheless, to earn all the weapons and
I know
armor and
people with over
craftable
like 7,000 hours in Destiny 2, and they still haven't done everything.
weapons from all these
I don't
raids
know
and
about
dungeons,
that.
etc., etc. So you're still getting hours upon hours of content and playtime and interacting with other players and or friends. But then came the portal and tiered loot, and I just don't
What the fuck
fucking
is the
know
portal? I don't
what
get
the
it.
end game goal is supposed to be. Just endlessly chase tier 5 weapons and armor? I guess? I don't know why I would. I have already all these god roll legendaries and these masterworked armor sets that I invested a lot of time and resources into. Maybe it's just me personally, but I don't really feel any engagement or investment in pursuing tier 5 loot. I just don't see the appeal. Meanwhile, in Warframe, I'm still collecting Warframes and weapons to level them up and level up my mastery rank. Sure, one day, eventually, years from now maybe, I'll hit max rank eventually. It's a nice, constant, consistent background goal to chase after,
That's
but
true.
that's not the real main appealing endgame for me.
Yeah,
That's
you
Riven
really do
mods,
never run out of
Archon
things to do in
shards, and
Warframe.
trading, of course. Since the stats of Riven mods are
And from my
complete
brief
RNG,
knowledge of
randomly
Destiny,
rolled, and
I
you can
think there's
get
just
Riven
way
mods
more
for
Warframe. You
every
just will
available
never
weapon in the
run
game,
out of stuff. They
you'll
add stuff
always
too
want
quick for you to
more
catch
Riven
up, I
mods.
think.
You'll always want that Riven for your
Like,
favorite
if you have
weapons,
everything in
and then,
Warframe and you've
once you
done
get them,
everything,
you'll always need the resource
you
Kuva
are
in order to
genuinely a
keep
tweak, bro.
re-rolling your Rivens
Like,
until you get those perfect god roll stats. You'll always need Riven mods. You'll always want Riven mods. And the same applies to Archon shards. You'll always need Archon shards. You'll always
that's
want
another
more
thing, though, about
Archon
Warframe. It's
shards.
just there's so
You
much
can never
shit in
have
the game.
enough
It's like,
Archon shards.
what?
These allow for so many build crafting and min-maxing opportunities to help unlock the full potential of your Warframes that, once again, you will always want and always need more Archon shards. Lastly, of course, we have trading, and because of the whole trading system, there will always be a need to
I feel
collect
like that should have been something you should have mentioned, bro. I love how in Warframe you can combine like fire and cold and get, you can get gas, magnetic, and shit.
prime
That's
parts,
fucking fire.
mods,
It's
arcanes,
amazing. I
because
love
there
it.
will always be players, new and
It's
old,
such a small
who
thing in the game,
want
but I
these
love it so
things.
much.
Completionists who want to
I just think
complete
it's
their
so cool when I see
collections.
someone
The
that's
fashion frame
not using
addicts who
just
want the
fire
latest
or
cosmetics
electricity.
and will trade all their valuables for some platinum. To the new players who have some cash to spare and don't want to really grind for certain items and are willing to buy some platinum and trade it for prime warframes, weapons, mods, and arcanes that they think look cool and fun,
And it's
they
still
just want
the
to
cool
test.
thing about that is like you could spend thousands of dollars on platinum and you'd still never unlock everything. You'd still always have something to do.
So, thanks to trading, there will always be a need for all of these essential resources in the game that have been in the game for years and years. Credits, Kuva, relics, prime parts, mods, arcanes, you name it. Even if you're a veteran player who's been playing the game for years and has thousands of hours in Warframe, there is still inherent value in recollecting items that you already have and have an abundance of. That's the power of a trading system in an MMO. Warframe just gives you so many reasons to keep playing the game. You are always rewarded for your time investment.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, in Destiny 2, ugh, They keep vaulting content or nullifying the value of
Yeah,
content.
vaulting content,
Or
that is
fucking
the
sunsetting
stupidest thing I've
weapons
ever
and
seen.
armor,
Sunsetting,
so you can grind
yeah,
for
all
new
that
weapons
shit
and
is just the
armor,
dumbest thing I've
invalidating
ever
all
heard.
that
Why would
time investment
anyone
to get all your
do
previous
that?
weapons and armor.
Like,
Destiny 2
why
is a
have a game and then take stuff out of the game, away from the game? Like in early Fortnite, that kind of made sense, but that was because like they were switching meta, right? Is Destiny 2 really that worried about meta that they're
looter
taking
shooter,
away
where the
content?
vast majority of loot in the game is worthless. Meanwhile, in Warframe, every weapon has value. Every Warframe, every weapon with enough mods, with enough Archon shards, with enough arcanes, with enough time
Oh, we need to
investment,
grind.
can be
We need to
built
grind
into
a new
meta monsters that
prime weapon
shred
now.
endgame content. In Warframe, everything you do, your playtime matters.
We have the Lex
In
Prime, don't
Destiny
we?
2,
I think so.
you have no idea if what you're doing matters. Hell, even if what you're doing does matter, it may just all be nullified by the next update. Honestly, I believe the biggest sticking point and point of comparison when it comes to Warframe and Destiny is that
I love Wukong.
Warframe has consistency where Destiny 2 has none. Well, I guess that's kind of not true. Destiny 2 certainly is consistent in being inconsistent. And that's such a damn shame, because Destiny 2 genuinely has fantastic gameplay.
I played that mission.
Beautiful visuals, breathtaking music, some of the coolest art design,
Yeah, I
weapon
remember this
design,
mission.
armor design, creature design in the video game industry. Its dungeons and raids are unmatched in their quality, their designs, and their opportunities to create memorable,
It felt a little dull for me.
experiences with people. But then there's everything else surrounding it, the connective tissue, torn, strained, and stitched back together into an incomprehensible mess. It's impossible to get new players into the game.
One of the
There's
things I didn't
barely
like was
any way to
the
maintain and
when you use
create
your ability, you
communities
go in
within the
third
game,
person.
and with how
I
the
don't know.
game's endgame and progression
I like a
systems
game that just kind
currently
of
are
sticks
as
to
of
either
recording
first
this
or third
video,
person.
it's
It's a
struggle
small
to
gripe,
find
but it's
reasons to
there,
invest
man.
into the game long term. Whereas Warframe doesn't have any of these issues. If anything, it has the solutions to many of these issues. A new player experience that's linear and slowly introduces everything
I
the
hated
game
that
has to
fucking
offer
mission
over time.
he's doing right now. I
Customizable
hate
play
that shit.
spaces where players can hang out and create communities. And valuable resources and loot that are meaningful and rewarding
This
to pursue
and anything I have to use
and
my
that's
Tenno
why
for, I
Warframe
hate.
versus Destiny 2 isn't even close. Anyways, that's been a video. I hope you liked the video. If you did indeed like the video,
Oh, and it
anyways,
glitched on the
share
last
this one,
second too. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
please be sure to hit the like
Okay.
button.
Yeah, I'll hit you, buddy. That was a good video.